Hello, children. Today we are going to learn the poem The Last Bargain, which is a soulful poem written by famous Indian poet Rabindranath Tagore. In this poem, the speaker is telling about the worthlessness of worldly things like power and beauty. Note that every human on earth is trying to achieve these three things, but he wants to emphasize that they will not last forever. For him, every material thing on earth is mortal and not everlasting. Different people come to him with different types of worldly things. However, the speaker rejects them one by one. Finally, he makes a bargain with nothingness, which symbolizes the free spirit. So he has given importance to the freedom. The poem is divided into four parts of stanzas with a different number of lines. We will discuss the poem line by line in order to go through the hidden meaning. Come and hire me, I cried, while in the morning I was walking on the stone paved road. Sword in hand, the king came in his chariot. He held my hand and said, I will hire you with my power. But his power counted for naught, and he went away in his chariot. In the first stanza, the speaker says that one day, while he was walking on the stone paved road in the morning, the king came in his chariot with a sword in his hand and he asked him that, King, please hire me. Note that it is the morning time that symbolizes hope and courage. Hence, the poet seems to be very hopeful. Stone paved road here means a difficult path which is full of obstacles. King in his chariot with a sword means a person with power. The speaker pleads to the king, which means that he is in need of something badly. He asks the king to hire him. Hire here means that the poet wants to get what the king has. The king holds the hand of the speaker and says that he will hire him with his power. However, power seems to be not means nothing or worthless to the speaker because it is not everlasting. Because he believes that when the king will die and his powers will also die with him. The speaker is thus not satisfied with what the king offered him. He rejects the offer and the king goes away in his chariot. In this stanza, the speaker describes his first struggle to get something that fails. Second stanza. In the heat of the midday, the houses stood with shut doors. I wandered along the crooked lane. An old man came out with his bag of gold. He pondered and said, I will hire you with my money. He weighed his coins one by one, but I turned away. Now it is a daytime and very hot outside. The door of houses are closed because people are taking rest. The speaker is wandering along the crooked lane. Crooked lane means bent or curved or uneven road. Thus, like the stone paved road of the stanza, this road is also difficult and full of troubles and obstacles. Soon an old man comes out of his house along with a bag of gold. Example, he was having a huge wealth. He pondered. Pondered means thought carefully and finding that the speaker is in need of something. So he offers him money and says that the old man will hire him with that. The old man, in order to show how wealthy he was, he starts counting his gold coins one by one. However, like the power of king, the wealth of old man seems to be worthless because it also will not last for forever. It could not make the old man young again, nor it could make the climate cool. The speaker understands that wealth is not something which he needs because, like the power, it does not remain in one hand forever. He wants something else and thus goes away. It was evening. The garden hedge was all aflower. The fair maid came out and said, I will hire you with a smile. Her smile paled and melted into tears, and she went back alone into the dark. Now it is evening time, and the garden hedge, fence or boundary is aflower, is blooming with flowers. It looks so beautiful that flowers are everywhere. In other words, the garden is looking very beautiful and romantic. A fair maid, or you can say a beautiful lady, comes out and says that she wants to hire him, the speaker, with a beautiful smile. However, the speaker finds that, like the king's power and old man's wealth, her beauty is also not everlasting. Soon the smile of that beautiful lady is paled and melted with tears, gone, and she goes back along into the dark. Dark here symbolizes hopelessness, and the speaker did not want hopelessness. He understands that a smile that made her look beautiful is fake and not everlasting. It was hidden sorrows of the lady. The day is over, but the speaker fails to make a bargain. However, he was patient and has persistence. He does not give up. He also understands that a smile that made her look beautiful is fake and not everlasting. It has hidden sorrows of the lady. The day is over, but the speaker fails to make a bargain. However, he has patience and persistence. He does not give up. Now comes the last paragraph. The sun glistened on the sand and the sea waves broke waywardly. A child sat playing with shells. He raised his head and seemed to know me and said, I hire you with nothing. From thenceforward, that bargain struck in child's play made me a free man. In the final stanza, the new day comes with new hope and courage for the speaker. He is at the seashore and sees the sun glistening, shining on the sand, and the sea waves breaking or striking waywardly in an unpredictable way. This vista, presented by the speaker, soon he finds a child sitting on the seashore and playing with shells. This is a symbolic image as the child has no desire for power or wealth or beauty. He is free of all these things which make the man a servant. The child raises his head and sees the speaker. It looks to the speaker that the child knows him as the child gave him a beautiful smile. Seeing the speaker in a quest, in a search for something, the child offers to hire him with nothing. Nothing is a profound symbol. It means freedom, liberty, independence, and free from desire. The speaker understands that this is what he was longing for since long. He accepts the child's offer, and from thenceforward, from that day, the speaker finds freedom in the child's play, and thus becomes a free man, which was the ultimate destination of the speaker. He wants freedom. He took freedom as the joy forever. So I hope the poem is clear to you all. Thank you.